Oh, you can't hear me. Hey, Joe. Finally. And we're just going to have to wait and see how it goes. But I'm going to give it time for more people to come in. And take my little flowers apart while we wait. Maybe. Hey, everybody. I see we have 5 in here, but I don't see who we have. My chat may have stopped again, though. Hey, Michelle, how are you? Thank you for coming. Hi, Brenda. Still sorting buttons. Well, right now I'm taking apart little Dollar Tree flowers so that I can emboss them. Because today we're doing flowers, and these were the first ones I was going to play with because they should be pretty well the easiest. I'm just taking them apart. There's got to be an easier way to do this. Maybe not. And fluffing them out. Should keep up with all my little stems so I can make sure I get them in the garbage can. So these are just little Dollar Tree bushes. I'll show you one if I can get them separated that I bought at Dollar Tree. These are tangled. What? Okay. And they look like this, and you get them for $1. And so I plucked their little flowers off. Oh, you're working on a wall hanging, Michelle? That's cool. So little centers on them, and then they'll be ready to use on journal pages. And they're already pink and purple, which are my favorite colors, so that's good. Oh, I've had these, though, Joe. These are like from back when I was making fairy houses and stuff. But they do have, I need to go back and get more flowers because I'm limited on I only have the pink and purple. But they go with a lot of what I work with, so. And by separating them into 2 flowers, I get double for my money. And as y'all saw, I didn't pull them all off the little bush. I kept some. But I think I should get some white ones. Right. White ones and change the colors. That's exactly right. Then we're going to play with paper flowers, which I am going to be changing the colors of those ones. Some of them anyway. Okay, so these are all ready to go. And ignore my embossing pad. It looks really bad, but it works. So and now I'm going to just put them in the embossing stuff. And I'm going to emboss them all first. And then I'm going to heat gun them. And they should come out looking really cool. So we're just going to see what happens. And Muffet's under the desk again, snoring her little heart out, so y'all probably can hear her. That one wants to curl all up. There we go. I think I'm going to try some of these just embossing one side and not the whole thing. So that's an embossed on one side. Oh, I just did both sides of that one. That's okay. So let's just start with those. Move all this. Well, let's get this one. I've got embossing powder all over my fingers. And I have tweezers ready because I know we're going to probably need the tweezers to hold the little flowers still. There we go. And I think my chat stopped again. Okay, so let me move my embossing powder out of the way, or everything. These little flowers are going to probably blow away. Okay, so here we go. And now I'm going to run the heat gun, so it may be a minute. And it may get loud. I might not should have done that. Okay. Oh no. This might be a start and stop kind of process because they're sticking to my tweezers. And I need to reheat that one because it did weird. Okay, so the first ones did really good. This one didn't have that much embossing powder on it, but it'll work. Uh-oh, that one's stuck. And these flowers will melt. So you want to be careful. They came out pretty. So we're going to just carry on. But I think I'm only going to do one side. And then I'll just have these in my stash to use in journals, on ephemera, and that kind of thing. Oh, I missed a part. And I probably shouldn't have done that. Dust it off. So have anybody else done their little flowers this way? Embossed. The first time I ever saw this done, I saw Jennings 644 do hers this way. She also did paper flowers, so we're going to try that too. That doesn't look like it got any embossing powder on it. Try again. Did another purple one. The ones that are curling up are not doing correctly. There we go. Okay. I think this is all of these ones we're going to do this way anyway. So back to the heat gun again. Okay, so now I just got to get them off my board. Now what I want to do with them is find my little jar of pearls, which stays on my desk. There it is. And we're going to put little pearl centers in them with the tacky glue. That one is clogged. This is the one we need because it's the one that's got the glue in it. So I have to unclog it. Pardon my arm. There we go. There's a magnet that holds that needle up there. Oh, wow. That's like big, way bigger than a dot of glue. Even though it's going to dry clear, I don't want all that. And drop in a little pearl. Really, I hope I'm on camera. We only need enough glue to hold the little pearl in place. So just a tiny dab. These are really pretty. Oops. Too much glue. And then we're just going to let these dry back there. With their little pearls in the middle. I wiped all the glue off. This little pearl is just not wanting to go where it needs to go. There we go. This glue is about empty. And of course, now I get like a glob. Using the residual glue from my fingers because it doesn't take much at all. And so I'm going to try doing some of the unembossed ones this way and see what happens. And again, a lot of glue. Wipe that off. I have a pearl stuck. There we go. Okay, so those are all the embossed ones. And if I can get some that aren't that will lay flat, that's the thing. Maybe I should just heat gun them and see what happens. See if I can get them to lay flat. Whoa. Flowers are going everywhere. Last one. That one wanted to melt. But it'll be fine. It's still usable. Hey, Angie. How are you? So right now we're working with Dollar Tree flowers. I embossed some after I took them apart. And then I just heat gunned these to try to get them to lay flat. So I could put glue in them and put a pearl in the middle. And that's kind of a lot of glue, but it'll dry clear. It'll all be good. And then we're going to work on paper flowers. I have 2 more to go. That's a better little dot. So I'll have these to use in my stash and in my projects. Okay, so there's all the pink and purple Dollar Tree flowers done. And I think I like the shiny ones better. Oh, I missed one. This one doesn't have a pearl. So there those are, all done. But I think I like, so I'll show you the difference. An embossed one and a not embossed one. I think I like the embossed better than this one. What do you guys think? But they each will look pretty. So now I'm going to take some of these white roses that I ordered. Those are cream colored ones. The white ones. And we're going to just do this. I'm going to snip off their little wires because I don't need the little wires. So I'm just going to snip their little wires off. And you know what? Scissors would probably work for this. These wires are so thin. Yep. Scissors. And I'm just going to snip them, if I can get my flowers to cooperate, right at the base of the flowers so I can take them apart. Get all the wires out of my way. So see, just taking a few minutes and working with your whatever flowers you have, even if you're making your own, and then just getting them all ready to go in your stash is a good thing. So now let's see how I'm going to take these apart. So right now I'm just trying to go around and kind of, okay, I may end up with just those two, unless I can get these to unravel. Yep. Oh, you're fine, Angie. So I am just trying to get this apart without doing damage. I may have to snip to what's beneath the bottom 2 layers. There we go. Now I have a little rosebud, which can be used on something. And I have this little middle part, which we're going to keep just like that. And now I'm going to do this one, put the 2 outer layers down, if I can. Oh, this one's all glued up. Well, we may have to use this one as is because of the way it's glued. I'm working on it. Probably spray it with coffee spray and get these to loosen up some. Okay. I think that's where I want to be with that one. Let me cut the little rose middle part off. Oh, it went flying. So we have those two. And I thought this would be a quicker process, you guys, to take these apart. I should have prepped it overnight. But it's just going in and separating out the petals and flattening them down. These are all glued together. So maybe I can get all of them to flatten it at the same time. Nope. There we go. And now I can cut the middle out of this one because I want them to lay flat to be used in journals. And the way they are, unless you're decorating a cover, they're not going to work on a journal page. Let's see if I can get that a little flatter. And I'll fluff them back up. I'm saving that one, though. And that other one went flying, too. So like this, they're just too thick for a journal page. And that's why I'm going through here and taking my time to flatten these out, separate them, and make them into something usable. At 19 cents a dozen, though, they're good. Okay. And it's a little fiddly. And I have 3 dozen of the white ones, so I'm only going to play with this 1 dozen today. And now try to turn it so I can get the rosebud part off. But I don't want it to fly like the last 2 did. I want to kind of use it. There we go. I'll have that one. Put it over there. And that's still kind of big in the middle. I think we may only do 6 of these because this is tedious. These roses came from AliExpress. They were 19 cents a dozen. And so I just typed in, I think I typed in mini paper flowers, M-I-N-I, paper flowers. And I knew I was looking for the roses. So I found them, and I went down till I found the cheapest ones, which were these 19 cents a dozen ones. Took about 4 weeks for them to get here from the time I ordered them. And I got them in different colors. I ordered 12 dozen. So it it was less than $2.40 for all the ones I ordered. And I'm going to stop that one there and snip this little rosebud part off. Where did it go? I'm going to find these in a couple of days when I'm cleaning again and be going, what are those? Because that one just went zipping by. And I know I heard it land somewhere. Well, we're not going to worry about that. We could turn this into a game and I could put a bucket over there and see if I could get the bucket. I would never make the bucket. Oh, you're welcome, Michelle. But yep, that's where they came from, AliExpress. I like them. And I knew I was going to have to work with them because I knew that they were going to be, they were going to stand up taller than I wanted unless I'm decorating a cover. So I think we're going to keep, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6. And we'll keep those 6 maybe whole and play with them whole. Okay. So that one went good. I know where that one went. I saw it. Grab it back. Okay, and then we're just going to because I want to spray them, so I'm just going to kind of try to fluff them out a little bit so that they will spray. Oh, Muffet's got her allergy issue. Hang on, guys. Come here, Muffet. She's got a very short nose, and so she has problems sometimes. Oh, just when I think we got you going. Are you good? Okay. I think we're good. It'll take her a minute. She'll be good. So all I'm going to do is just fluff these out a little bit so I can color them, kind of straighten them up where they got mashed in shipping. And I can always re-scrunch them. But I want them to be able to pick up color good. So just going to fluff them out a little. Okay. Well, I don't think I'm going to spray them. I think we're going to play with the alcohol ink pads and color them that way. Or the distress ink pads. So there are those. And then, since we're going to play with the ink pads, hi, Vanessa. We can also work on coloring these paper ones I've made out of book pages. Well, I don't know about color. Maybe we'll leave those coffee colored. But the other ones we wanted to play with were the Tim Holtz ones. And these were on clearance at Hobby Lobby, I think. Okay, I may have to, their stems are a little bit bigger. Oh, that's because they're in little tiny bunches. There's a little tiny bunch. We'll just do 2 little tiny bunches. And these are kind of squashed. I'm just going to be honest. These things are squashed. So now I can cut the stems off right up against the bottoms. So now, and I want to pull this little thing out of the middle because I don't like it. I'm just going to snip it off. Smaller scissors. I would rather put little pearls in the middle of these. They were only $1.99. They were clearance priced. So now we'll have little tiny flowers and bigger flowers. But I don't like this little fake thing in the middle. This little styrofoam piece that needs to go. But they are cute. I don't even know. It's just a bunch of stuff off of the stem. And so we're just going to continue getting these all ready to get colored. So I do like buying the white flowers. Well, I'm glad you made it, Vanessa. I had trouble getting online this morning. I can't wait to get the router box because internet over here was not functioning this morning. And that's why I was late getting on. No problems yesterday, and then this morning couldn't get a web page to come up at all. Thought I left that one on there. So I'm going to have a whole bunch of little flowers to add to my stash. That I can use to embellish things with. That aren't going to take up, these ones I will use on a cover. So they're not going to take up a lot of space because we're making them flat-ish. So now I need my plastic baggie again. Okay. So I'm going to just slide stuff. Ooh, we got embossing powder. Hang on. I'm going to get all the embossing powder off of here. The loose embossing powder. Move all this out of my way. And this is a sheet protector. And I'm going to move these little flowers back because I don't want them to be affected by what we're doing. And they will still continue to dry from back there. So this is just a sheet protector sleeve. It's great for what we are about to do. Which is, I think we're going to make some purple. So I'm going to put the purple ink on here first. And I'm going to spritz it with some coffee water. And then I'm going to take my flowers and just press them in to it. And I think that that might be a little dark. So let's get a couple of more done and then we can lighten them up by spraying them. Because that's the great thing about distress ink. You can reactivate it. So I think we'll do another one of those little bitty ones. If I can get it to lay correctly. Okay, and then we'll do one of these bigger ones. And I'm going to now spray them to kind of like reactivate and disperse some of their ink. And I'm going to use a flower to help pull ink off of them. Like this. So now that one is lighter. That one looks good. I like how that one came out. And I'm going to fluff these back out when they dry. And we'll just use this one to finish this one off. Okay. And so there we go. And let me go get a paper towel because I didn't get that ready this morning. Oh, wait, here's one. I have one on my desk. So I think those are a nice, pretty plum purpley kind of color. I have a brighter purple we can do, but it needs alcohol. So where's the alcohol spray bottle? But I kind of need to refill my alcohol bottle. So hang on. And I will do that. I really think my chat just keeps stopping, you guys. Or y'all are just watching intently and not chatting. That's good for now. You know, hubby bought me smaller spray bottles. Let me do that while I'm doing. Because this big, I have this gigantic spray bottle for this, and it's like way too big. I will swap it to the smaller bottle. Okay. Oh, and it sprays a nice little fine mist. I like that. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do this. It's a brick red color, fired brick. But it doesn't come out like brick red. It comes out more of a, like this color. So we're going to do the same thing. I'm going to do a couple of little ones, and then we're going to take and wet them again and get the color off or blot them on some of these big ones. We'll just do that. We'll blot to begin with. See, it makes like an off red color, and I kind of like it. And we'll use it to blot on this one, which is backward. Okay, I like that one. You get that edge better. We'll put this one in here. And let's see if I can get one of these to do right. See if I have enough to get this other side. That came out pretty. And then I will work on fluffing it out better once it's dry. That'll be pretty on a cover. Set it back there to dry. We don't have much of that color left. Oops. And we have a blue and a green, and I'm really not going to make green flowers. So we're just going to go with this blue. I'm going to add the coffee spray, which water would work, but I don't have a spray bottle with water in it right now. I don't know. I just keep forgetting to refill it. But the coffee water works. Oh, that's a pretty blue. I like it. See if I can get some down the middle. And see, so by doing this yourself, you're making flowers that all match each other. think I need more blue. Where did it go? That's the green. There's the blue. That is a really pretty blue color. And do another flat one. There we go. Kind of like a dusty blue. Okay. So there those are. I'm about out of flat flowers. Well, one moment. Oh, no, I know. Well, I have ideas. Let me find the first thing. We have Dollar Tree flowers, and then I had some lace that came in. That's little daisies. That the plan was, because they're white, to color them. But I don't know where. They're in a lace container. But we're going to play with these. They're paper. I thought they were foam at first, but they're not foam. Okay. So I'm trying to prevent a crack-a-lantern from happening here while I find my little daisy flowers. So they're not in this one. They may. Let's see. Thinking if they're on. I'm trying to decide nothing. I may not have put them away because I may have kept them out to use. Well, we'll just work with what we have. How about that? Oh, we also have this one. Let's fluffy it out a little bit. I'm just going to work with what we got. So, back here, and then if I find them while we're working, we'll play with them. Let's see. I've got turquoise. I don't really like that red color, but we might use it. Again, we're not going to do green and blue and purple. And there's a pink one that these. It's a bright pink. And they all usually stay back there stacked together. There's the bright pink one. And the bright pink one. So these are more bright colors, but they need alcohol, which is why we needed the alcohol spray. Because they don't move with water. So we're going to do the pink. Spray some alcohol. And there we go. Take this little baby flat one. That's pretty. And let's see what we can do with one of these rosebuds. It's just going to be mashing. Honestly, this is like technical. Mash it down because you can always refluff it so that it will pull the water, because there's no other way, or pull the liquid to get liquid down inside the rosebud. So I'm just going to mash it all around. And there's that. Let's go with purple. And I'm not even going to clean this off because it's not going to hurt it for these two colors to blend. And spritz it a little bit. And let's work on this one. I need some more on that side. And there we go. I like it. Let's see what we can do with one of these Dollar Tree flowers. I'm going to pull its little sticky pad off. That's pretty. Okay, now I'm going to clean it off. We're going to go with a light blue. Bit of alcohol. And we'll go with one of these bigger ones. So what do y'all think of this project? I wish I knew where my little daisies were. That one's going to come out kind of variegated, which I kind of like. That'll be pretty on something. And there's no really right or wrong way to do this. So I'm going to spray this one, see if I can get that to run. Oops. You could paint them. You could make your alcohol, use a paintbrush, and apply the ink straight to them with a paintbrush. So that's an option. I'm just all about let's get messy and play. Angie, these are Studio G inks, and this is the Distress ink. The Studio Gs, I hate these. They don't, if you put them on paper and stamp with them, they don't dry. So I have decided to use them for this kind of thing because they do dry when you do them this way. I guess it's because it's diluted down. Oh, how cool, Angie. Have fun. Congratulations. Okay. And then I know over here I have things out. So I'm going to see what we got over here out. So I have these crochet ones we can color. Some of those. Because that was the plan. I bought them cream colored so they could be colored. I like to think I'm organized until a day like today happens, and you're not. Or you can't find what you're looking for. I'll put it that way. And I know the daisy ones came in. I'm going to go on and look in this other bin, because they could be in the other waste bin. Well, I have these little flowers. We might color some of those. Those are not the daisies. see them. I'm usually pretty good about things that come in getting put right where they go. But I think I want to color a couple of these with something. Maybe different colors. These are also from AliExpress. And to find these, I typed in mini doily because I couldn't find any little tiny things. Now these, I'm going to cut apart into little tiny flowers. These are tedious or fiddly. We'll do a couple more. And the cool thing is these are relatively flat. And that was the whole thing with the daisy ones I got. They were relatively flat. And now they came in and they're somewhere. They'll turn up when this video's over. Isn't that the way of everything? Pardon the rattly paper. Isn't that the way of everything? Well, I know they came in. And they're probably still in an AliExpress bag. Wherever they may be. I'll find them later. So I'm looking at plastic baggies on my desk. But we're still good. We got plenty to work with. Now with these, I do want to do these with kind of like the paintbrushy thing I was talking about. Only because I want their leaves to be green. So we're going to get out a really small paintbrush. I think there's a smaller one. This one will work. And this is what we're going to do. But I think I want to use the green alcohol ink. So I just need to find the green. Because it's like a foresty green. Here it is. And I'm only going to put a couple of drops on here. And I'm going to dilute. Carefully because I don't want like overspray. Which is why I keep putting my hand down. That looks kind of like a blue color. But it's a green. And I'm going to take my paintbrush and I'm just going to apply that to their little stem parts or leaf parts. Like that. And that's kind of dark. That's like way dark. Maybe darker than what I want. So let's clean that up. Let's go with the Distress ink in the lighter color green. And I'm going to wipe my brush off because I don't want to mix these colors. Now let's see how this one goes. Let's wet it a little bit with some coffee water. There we go. That gets me more to work with. I like that much better. Much prettier green for leaves. And if it bleeds up onto the flower, I'm not going to worry about that because we're going to put some color on the flower. Now I'm going to try to see if I can dilute this down a little bit. I may not can. I'm going to try to wipe some. Let's do this. I'm going to spray my paper towel with alcohol and try to wipe some of this back. So it's not quite that dark because I really don't like it. It's going to bleed. Okay, we're just going to leave those alone. That's a better color for your leaves. Oops, everything went flopping around. Okay. Now, what do I want to do for the flowers? I'm going to use this lighter purple, I think. A little bit of alcohol spray to keep it moving. sure I'm on camera. And see, I'm just dabbing it on the flower. And I got some blue mixed in with that. That's okay. It'll be a variegated flower. Pretty. And let's take one of these Dollar Tree stuck-on ones, because I didn't remove its sticky pad. And we'll paint on it. So I'm doing the same thing, just painting it on all the little petals. And I don't have. Oh, wow. That's pretty. So I think we have enough purple. Let's move on to maybe pink. Now, I have some Bria Reese ink that's got a really pretty pink color. But this stuff is, and I can't get, this is the problem. It won't open, and then when I do get it open, because you squeeze it, it goes everywhere. Okay, I'm only going to try to get out like one drop of this. There we go. And put the cap back on very carefully, because this is messy stuff. But it's very pretty. Let me make sure my brush is clean. And I'm going to spray a little bit on there, just to make sure it's moving. And now we're going to put it on these little flowers. On some of them. You guys, I could have put them in a box and just spray ink them. That's definitely an option. But you want to use something to prevent overspray if you do that. Okay, we're going to save those two. And we'll take the sticky off of there. I'm going to put another drop of this alcohol ink on here. And like this flower, I'm going to just add some color to it. It looked kind of pale to me. Okay, now we're going to color in this one. And I'm going to make sure that I get behind these little petals and get the whole thing colored. So you can take inexpensive flowers that you find at Dollar Tree, things you find on clearance, and you can make them your own. And make them very pretty, because these are very pretty to me. And they will go in my projects. Absorb, because they're cotton. Where'd my pink ink go? And I do want to make a pink one. So I'm going to put a little, well, that may be more than I intended, but it'll work. Because like I said, this is going to absorb the ink. I'm going to spray it with some alcohol. Now I'm going to take this and use it like a sponge. And that didn't really pull how I wanted it to pull. So now I'm spraying it with alcohol, and I'm going to drop some of this straight on it. which will make the color more intense. That might be the way to go. Just kind of have to play. And now it's sitting in a little pool of alcohol color. I'm just going to set that aside to dry. I like it. So now let's try the Bria Reese purple. And it's an intense purple. But I'm going to spray this with alcohol first to help it. And pull up that extra alcohol. Kind of dab that off a little bit. Okay, and her purple is a very vivid, bright purple. I'm going to be all alcohol inked again. This is very, very dark and bright. I may need to spray this a little bit, you guys. So we're going to spray it to tone that down a little bit because that looks almost black. But now getting the cover back on this bottle is fun. There we go. Okay, let's spray it to lighten it up a little bit, which gives us extra. We'll blot it. That's pretty. Let's do this Dollar Tree Stickum thing. I'm just going to let it absorb. Blot it off. Take one of our roses over here. Do the same thing. Just tip it in there. It'll pull it. Oh, that's pretty. It's a nice, deep, dark purple. I like it. And let's do another one of those. And then while we have it, let's go in and paint these last two little flowery things. Our little flower laces in the purple. And I'm going to redo this one. It dried very muted and blue looking. And I'm probably off the camera. Maybe they were blue. And that needs to be blue. Let's work with, we're going to change our blue color. Clean that off. And we're going to go with, what color is this? Lake Blue. And I'm going to spray it with the alcohol to make it. And it splattered a little bit. I'm going to change the color of this flower. I like that much better. Much better. And then this one that's supposed to be blue, we're going to darken it up so it looks more blue. And we'll get this one. Uh-oh. Let go, let go. There we go. And I'm going to paint this. This one was barely blue. So we're going to just paint it and make it a much better blue. And I think I'm going to spray some alcohol on it, which will water down that color. Well, so to speak, water down the color a little bit. It thins it out. So this is just playtime, having fun, making our own embellishments. Here's one of those rose petal centers. Let's roll it around. And here's another one of those little middles of the rose petals. Little rosebud. We'll turn it blue. There we go. Now, I have one more of these little crocheted thingies out here, but I know that needs more alcohol. And here we go. We're just going to soak this all up with our little crochet piece. And because these are an antique color, they're going to come out more muted and not bright. But that's fine. Gives it that distressed, aged already look. They do absorb color easily. And the flowers absorb. I like the way the lace is absorbing it, and I really wish I could find the other lace. The daisies that I ordered to cut apart, they're on the desk somewhere, I'm sure. Because they're not, or they're in the lace bins and I overlooked them, and that's a possibility. Any of that's possible. But now we could also take the Tim Holtz ones and do them like this and emboss them and put little pearls in them. Ooh, let's play. We have Tim Holtz ones right here we can emboss. Where'd the embossing ink go? This is why my embossing ink pad looks like it does, you guys. So I'm just going to stick this in there. Drop it in the embossing powder. We're going to set it down here in the front so I can remember. It doesn't look like it has any embossing powder on it. Try again. Oh, now it does. Got a good coating that time. And let's do one of these little reddish ones. And let's do one of these bigger purple rosy ones. It's not quite dry enough to do. This one is. Oh, well, if it's wet enough to hold the embossing powder on, though, may not need embossing ink. Ha! That'll work. Okay, move the rest of these kind of out of the way because we don't want to blow ourselves up because they have alcohol on them. I kind of want another one of these. And even though it's wet, I'm just going to stick it straight in the embossing powder. There we go. And see, that's fully loaded. And I didn't need the embossing ink because it was still wet from the alcohol ink. Okay, we're going to use heat gun. Let me find my tweezers again to hold these things down because I don't want to burn my fingers off. We're going to start with this one. I have melted my plastic baggie. So this baggie will be no good no more. Let me move my flour. I just want to heat gun this one to dry it a little bit because it's still really wet. So while I have the heat gun out, we'll just dry it up a little bit. Okay, guys, so here is what we got. I'm just going to set that over there. So since I did put embossing powder on these, I can't really fluff them at this point because, well, maybe I can. They're not like heavily embossed. We'll just try it. You know, give it a little dimension when you put it on your page, but it needs a pearl center. I really like how this variegated looking one came out. And these are going to dry. Hey, Happy Ray. Sorry I missed you coming in. So what do y'all think about our flowers? So what we made today, we made a garden. Let me show you. Let me get this off my board. Put it in the garbage can because it won't be used again because I melted it. So we have all these little roses we made. We have these little crocheted ones in different colors. These little pieces of lace flowers that I painted so we could have the green on there. And yes, I could have just sprayed them with one color. It wouldn't have mattered. And then we have these ones that came from Dollar Tree. There were 4 of those, I thought. So there's one missing. Uh-oh. Oh, here it is up here. We have the paper roses that we took apart and we colored and we made flat, and some we left big. And then back here, these are the little Dollar Tree flowers that we put embossing ink on and embossing powder. Some of them, the shiny ones are embossing powder. Like this one does not have any embossing powder on it, but the one next to it does. So this one is embossing powder. Let me put them back here. That one is embossed, and that one's not. So it darkens the color a little bit and makes them shiny. And then I added the pearl centers. And we have a whole bunch of these, and these were little Dollar Tree bushes. And I took the little flowers apart, and that's how I got the 2. And now they're little flat flowers to embellish projects. And you can alter the colors of these. I'm going to get some white ones to play with. So we made a whole big little tiny garden of flowers today. And then what we can do with these flowers is, like the other day, we made, where did it go? We made this postcard, and we knew that it was going to need something else on it. I think for this, either blue, a blue one I think would be really pretty. So like this blue one could go. It's not dry. We need to heat gun it a little bit, I think. Let's do that. Tweezers. And I'm pulling it back here so I don't heat gun those that have embossing powder on them. And it's going to need a little pearl in its center. So we'll get that on there. Grab a little bucket of pearls. I'm thinking, let's put our card back in view. Like, well, we may need more than one. Or we could just put it up here in this. I just took its little pearl off. Back on there. We could put it up here in this little corner of our card. See, and it just dresses it up a little bit. And then if we wanted to, well, we only have one of, oh no, we have two of these blue ones. We could kind of give them their little pearls in the middle, because everybody needs a pearl. And maybe layer this up with some littler ones. But these need their pearls. But I kind of like it with just the one. So I'm going to, I don't want to turn it over to apply glue to it because the pearl. So I'm just going to put a good little dollop of tacky glue there and put my little flower on it. And then once it dries, I can come back and fluff up the little flower petals, make it all pretty. Glue the little pearl back in. So what do you guys think? Like we made this doily, we knew it was going to need something. Oh, that's upside down. Let's get the people right side up. It needed something else. Well, for this, we could take one of these little pink flowers maybe and put it like on the edge, kind of. I kind of like that. So I'm going to do that. We're going to put some glue here, little glue on the edge to hold the petals. And we're just going to pop it on there. Maybe we're going to just pop it on there. And there we go. See, it just adds that little something that it could have been missing. And it could have some other little flowers. Let's take this little pink one and put a pearl. Well, let's glue it down, then we'll put a pearl. We'll put it here. Maybe like tuck it up under a little bit. Give it a little bead of glue. Drop its little pearl in it. Because they all need a pearl, to me. Everybody needs a pearl. And maybe add one of the darker ones out here. Or down, I like that better. Down here. We can tuck it. Whoops. Let's take this one off for a second. We're going to tuck that right there. We'll put that one right there. Make sure I get a glob of glue on the bottom of this one because it wasn't sticking. And we need a pearl in the middle of this one. Okay, so there you have it. And I think that's very pretty. And now that would make a good, pretty tag to put in a book or a decoration. So we're just going to set, and those pearls will dry clear. And then we also made this tag the other day. And I think what I want to do with it is where this rose is down here, just add a rose like so. And it's almost the same color. So I am just going to put glue here, plop the rose on there. Well, I kind of damaged it when I plopped it. And I'll just fluff it up a little bit. And there. Now, because I do realize this might be a little bit big, I'm going to snip the center out of this. Pick it back up. Keep the center over there. Uh-oh. And refluffy my flower. I should have done this when it was dry and not wet, but that's okay. I can work with this. Oh, there's where the petals went. They bent. Unbend my petals. And now we're going to glue it down. Kind of fluff it up just a tiny. I advise to wait till they're dry. And I think this one, I want to put like 3 little pearls in the middle maybe. And I don't like how that's clustered. So there we go. And so there's that one. 3 little pearls in the middle, a cute little flower from those 19-cent paper roses. So that's what we can do, you know, when you're embellishing or building stuff. And we're doing it step by step, kind of, because we're having to build our flowers. Or we're building things, you know, like we made those the other day for doilies. I think I put the glue on the wrong side of that one. I'll stick it on a plastic bag so it won't stick. I am working on putting glue pearls in the middles of all of these that we made. And I kind of like the little tiny Tim Holtz flowers. Not sure why they were on clearance, unless he's got some kind of new ones coming out. I don't have a clue why they would have been on clearance. Oh, that was right the first time. Flip it back over. Is that all of those? That's all of those. And then we have these. I'm just going to add the glue dots, and then I can go through and add all the little pearls. That one has a pearl already. And we have this one. And these I'm going to give a different center to. And these I'm not going to put pearls on at all yet. I may change my mind later. I'm going to put a pearl down in the middle of this one. There we go. Kind of like assembly line fashion. Well, my little pearls would cooperate and not roll around on me. I'll put them in the middles in just a moment. There's one. And we have one more. There we go. I think that gets all of them. Now I'm just going to go and make sure they're where I want them to be. That looks good. Most of them went where they needed to go. Now they just need to dry. So that's our flower embellishments. You can take simple, inexpensive flowers, make them pretty, make them your own. No one else will have them. Only you will have whatever you do with your flowers. Do you think I like the embossed ones better than the flat ones? That's just me. But I like the flat ones as well. So what do you guys think of our flowers? Our little garden. And so we've been on here like an hour and a half. And in an hour and a half, we've made pretty much a whole stash, of flowers. And here's one that didn't get a pearl because it was hiding. And I kind of like it because now I have all these flowers to put in my stash. I do need to get back to Dollar Tree and get some little white ones to make colored. And you can, like, I know I primarily work with blues, purples, but we have different hues of it. Thank you, Michelle. It does beat, you're right, Brenda, it does beat going from store to store. And this was the Distress ink. The purple Distress ink, I think, is what gave us this color. It would have to be. And what color is that? It is called, oh Lordy, Sea Glass Preserves. Well, I don't think I'd want to eat that. Couldn't he have come up with a better preserves than sea glass? But I ate that way. And I'm buffering. There it went. So what I was saying, what was buffering is you can take purple marker, mark it on the plastic, spray it with alcohol, and do your flowers that way. I like that, the different colors give us different looks, the different alcohol inks. So play with what you have. Play with your markers. Play with your Distress inks or your ink. Dollar Tree is a great resource for inexpensive, small flowers that you can take apart and turn into your own. And in my opinion, this is only my opinion, Zibbet preserves, is that what it is, Joe? Okay, that makes more sense than sea glass. Thanks, because I need glasses. I should have mine on. To me, that is as pretty as a Prima flower. That's my opinion. This is, so if you take the different colors, you would, if I put these in a project and no one knew who made them, they may not know that they're mine. They might think they came from Prima. Somewhere else that makes flowers, graphic 45 flowers or something like that. They're just as pretty. And I got a lot more bang for my buck. So I don't, is that a full bush? It looks like it. So off of here, one of these has 2. So you're going to get 6 little tiny flowers for $1. Well, that kind of sounds expensive when you look at it that way, doesn't it? I'm thinking there's something that they may be missing some. They may not, though. Nope, that's not right, is it? Yes, 6 little flowers. Well, I guess that's not bad when you think about Prima don't give you sometimes for that reason. But yeah, you get these and you just take them apart. And I think they come with 3 to a thing. So you get 6 flowers for $1. That's still not bad, in my opinion. Because I don't usually, I think the Primas run like $4 for 6 flowers or something like that. They're expensive. So I'm going to be going back to my Dollar Tree. Now, my Dollar Tree doesn't have these. I got these up north last year, and I can't find them anymore. I have one more pack of 12 that I can color and do all kind of pretty things with, but these were the last 4 in that pack. So, and I've been hunting them, and I saw somebody haul them recently. My Dollar Tree has never had them. I will not be live tomorrow due to Mother's echocardiogram getting rescheduled. So there will be no live tomorrow. I'm going to work on getting up a recorded video. I'm working on the tutorial for those of you that wanted the tutorial on this little pocket pouch thing. I am working on that, getting a template. So in order to get the template for this, you're going to need to belong to Foxy's 2 pieces of paper, and I'm not going to charge for it currently. It will be a free download, but you have to be in Foxy's followers secret group to get it when I put it up. It's the only way for me to keep it to where only people who watch can get it. So for that template, you're going to need to be a member of the Foxy Followers. And our secret group, you guys, we post our work, post when we're going live, anything we want to share, ask questions. There are no challenges. There are no swaps. There's none of the normal stuff. We all belong to enough groups that already offer that. I didn't want to make my group that kind of a group, for now anyway, because there's plenty of groups that offer if you want to do challenges and you want to do swaps and all of that stuff. I just wanted a place for us to share our work, talk, communicate, and have fun maybe, and do things like this where I can upload a template that you, hi Deborah, that you all can go get and not have to, it's free, but it's the only way I can manage kind of who downloads it. You have to be part of Foxy Followers secret group on Facebook, which is linked below this video, in order to get that template. When it goes up, the template is not quite complete, but it will take 2 pieces of paper to make that pocket. So I will upload it there. It'll be in the photos section because it's going to be a photo, a JPEG. So Deborah, what we did today is we made all these flowers, and these are from Dollar Tree little flower bushes. So this is a little Dollar Tree flower bush. We took it all apart, separated them. I embossed some with embossing powder, clear embossing powder, and pardon the inky fingers. These are the paper roses that I showed the other day that I got from AliExpress, pulled apart. These are little Tim Holtz flowers minus their little centers, colored and beaded. Oh, I have a pour that. Oh no, I'm pulling pearls off of stuff. Get back on there. To the middles of them. And this little pearl doesn't like his little home. Put him some more glue on there. And put him back. There we go. So we made those. This is another one of the roses, and we colored them with alcohol inks. These I painted with a paintbrush and alcohol ink. So that's what these ones are. Do that with your markers, guys. Color them with your markers. And then, Deborah, we went back and embellished the things we made the other day. What do you mean I made this spray? So we just went back and added them to the things we created. What I did, Deborah, was I took my ink pads and put them down and added spray. No, I did not use any alcohol ink sprays. What I did, I used the ink pads like we did the other day where I put them on the plastic and sprayed them. And that's what some of these are. And then, like these ones, I just took alcohol ink. Like this was now this green was too dark. For the green, the lighter green, I used, what is this color called? The Distress ink in Mowed Lawn. That's the lighter green down here. And I just dabbed it on here, sprayed it with the coffee water, and then painted it on. The alcohol ink, that this is Bria Reese alcohol ink. I added a couple of drops of alcohol to my plastic, sprayed it, and then these are little crochet doilies. Dipped them in there to color them. So I really didn't use any sprays today. We used ink pads and alcohol, and that was it. And either alcohol to water down the alcohol ink or coffee water if it's water-based. Hope that answered your question. I don't know why the sound would have changed. But I have a whole little garden that I can put in my, I'm going to need to make a flower box embellishment thing so I can put all these little flowers in there. And now I have a whole bunch that I can pick from my stash to use in all my little projects. Oh, this little pearl just doesn't want to stay here. If I would leave it alone, it would probably stick, right, guys? Let's try it. You know what? As long as this is not clogged. There we go. A drop of glossy accents and one little pearl. And as long as I don't stick it to my paper, it'll work better. There we go. And where's this little pearl? Oh, it would turn the flower over. Okay, Brenda. So I have a whole little garden of flowers that I can use in different projects to embellish different things. And even if you make the book paper flowers, which we could do one of those, we could paint it with the paintbrush. So like this one that's already got an embellishment on it. Let's play again. Let me get back my plastic. Even though it's all wrinkled up and overheated, I'm going to use this corner right here. And I'm trying to decide what color do I think I want to make it that purple. The pretty, this. The Zibbet Preserves purple. And now I'm going to spray that with this coffee water to get me some ink going. I'm going to take my brush. And I'm just going to paint it on here. I really like this purple. It's a very shabby, chic-y kind of purple. But I don't have enough of it. So I'm just going to add more. Add a little bit more spray. Mix that all around. And now go back to painting my flower. So this is what I basically did for the ones that are painted, Deborah. Just played around with what I have. And I want to make sure I get between my petals. I'm not worried about the bottom because it's going to usually be glued down on something. And I'm going to need more paint or ink because I don't have enough. And you can always do this with your book paper before you make your book paper flowers. Hi, Mary. How are you? Thank you for coming. So before you make your book paper flowers, you could color your book paper. That would probably make this a lot easier process. And we made these on a live, so there's a video from a little bit back how to make these little double layered book paper flowers. And there's that one, all nice and pretty, ready to go as an embellishment on a cover, on a book page, on a something. And now I'm going to get rid of my plastic again. And I melted my plastic sleeve when I was doing the heat gun thing, which is kind of cool looking. You know, that would make some good texture on paper. I don't want to throw it away. And now I'm going to take, where'd my paper towel go? This paper towel. And I'm going to clean my brush because it's got alcohol ink on it. There we go. The group let me go and get you guys. Oh, we have photos in our group. Ooh, who put up photos? Deborah put up photos. Oh, Deborah, those are awesome. Deborah, those are awesome. Thank you for sharing. Y'all need to go check out the group. Deborah put up some photos of a magnet page bookmark and some ATC coins. Deborah, those are awesome. Thank you for sharing. And I'll comment. So that's what we did today. We made flowers to add. So we're up to E, F, G. What in the world did I pick for G? I got to find my little notebook with my list in it. Without making a craft-a-lunch happen over here. That's the wrong notebook. Of course, it's the wrong one. I have 2 notebooks. G is game pieces. We're going to be playing checkers, dominoes, game. I think we're all still learning, Deborah. I think I would be concerned if I thought I was done learning, because I learn every day. Something. I try to learn something new every day. I had a teacher in high school that said, you need to learn, and she was a little older. At that time, she was older. She's probably closer to my age than I am now. But she said, you need to learn something new every day, and if you don't, it's a wasted day. She was a science teacher. And I remember that from her, that was her philosophy, was learn something new every day, and if you don't, it was a wasted day. So I still, to this day, try to learn something new every day, or how to do something better. You know, it's something. I still do that because of Miss Williams. Isn't it funny what we remember from our childhoods and stuff? That's something that always stuck with me, that you should learn something new every day. Game pieces. And so what I'm thinking, I have dominoes. I also have paper that Brenda sent that I'm going to be cutting apart that has like checkerboard background. It's got some mini domino looking things. I have some games in the closet that we never play. Tri-ominoes, you guys. They're little triangles. You could turn those into all kind of things. So I have the tri-ominoes. I have checker pieces and that kind of thing. So we're going to be doing game pieces on Monday. Oh, cool, Deborah. And now that we've done the flowers, you can decorate the envelopes with your flowers. You can take some of the doily ideas and apply those to your envelopes as well from the previous video. So I'm hoping that this series can all go together somehow and help us all make some pretty embellishments of our own, because I know that's the kind of thing that I like to do. And I think I can share this with you guys. I reached out yesterday. I noticed that there was a design team call, and I'm still waiting to hear on the other one from Artsology. But there was one in one of the groups I'm in on Facebook, and I'm in for this month. I think they do it month to month from what I can see. So I've downloaded my little kit, and it's for New Junk Journal. It's NJMM. What is that? New Junk Journal Makers. NJJM. New Junk Journal Makers. And so I've already downloaded the kit from Melody, and it's melodymade.com. Well, thank you, Deborah. And and I'm on embellishments. They kind of pick and choose what they want you to do. So they already had journal makers for this month. So I'm going to do embellishments, and the paper is very pretty paper. I may print it out and go on and do like a walkthrough of the paper, because you can download the kit from melodymade.com. Her kits are very inexpensive. And I'm going to be making embellishments from that paper, whether they be booklets, or I could do stuff we've already done, maybe go all the way up to the alphabet where we already are with that paper and make embellishments. So I'm on that design team for this month, and I think she said she was going to go on and put me on for next month. So I know I have 2 design team projects for New Junk Journal Makers Facebook group. This month and next month will be a different kit. So yeah. But I'm thinking I could go through our embellishment list up to now and use them with that kit. And I think that would be kind of awesome, and show you guys also how to use like a paper pack to do this kind of thing. Not that I'm an expert, because I'm not. I'm learning just like everybody else, but I have all these ideas of things to do. And then I'm going to work on getting this tutorial up this weekend. Actually, what I'm thinking I'm going to do for this is, I know I won't be live on Thursday and Friday next week. So I think I'm going to do this and have it go up in place of me being live one of those days as a craft along project. But you'll be able to get the template through Foxy's followers. And you need 2 pieces of paper. And what I did, this one is double-sided. I printed it that way. And then on the inside, I printed 1 page that kind of matches this. It's a little like shade lighter that matches it only on one side. As you see, that side is white. No one's going to see that side. And the little flaps on the inside are white. If you want those to be colored, double-sided, your second sheet of paper, because that's the one that's going to have the pockets and this on it. Because this is just a folded kind of thing. So I'm going to get that ready to go, and it'll go up Thursday or Friday of next week. Mother's procedure is Thursday. I have to go get her from the hospital on Friday. So there won't be any lives for me those days, but I'm going to work on getting videos that can go up for you guys. So that's it, everybody. And I'm so glad I inspire you guys. I get inspiration from watching other people, which I'm sure people have done this. I'm not the only one. I don't know whether I saw it on the video. I can't tell you. I know that the first time I saw flowers done this way was before I was ever paper crafting. What is her first name? Fiona Jennings, who is Jennings644 on YouTube, put up a video called Glass Flowers. And she took she took silk flowers, dipped them in her embossing, put them on her embossing pad like I did, put them in the embossing. Actually, she melted her embossing powder and then dipped hers, which sounds like a really good, I don't have one of those little pans. This worked just as good. And you can always redip them if you want it to be thicker coated, but I wanted them to stay kind of flexible so I could glue them in a book. Now, that is where I got this idea from watching Jennings644 years ago, before I was even a paper crafter. So that's a channel. I will link her below. You really want to look up her YouTube. She has some awesome videos, you guys. She's been doing YouTube for over 10 years. So she's got videos going way back. And she's got some great ideas, but that's where I learned that technique, the embossing powder thing. And I've applied it to several different things. The rest of this, I'm not sure. Mary, you watch her. She's awesome. I love her accent, first and foremost, but she is a very awesome person to watch. And I don't recommend these Studio G inks if you're wanting to stamp them, because they don't. Hubby thought he was doing a good thing. He was at Hobby Lobby, and they had them in the bin, in the $2 bin. I think it was the whole set of them, or they were $2 a piece. They may have been $2 a piece. He got me all the colors. It was a great idea, but I have stamped with them, and I've gone back 24 hours later and done this, and the ink smears. It's like it never dries. So I don't recommend getting Studio G unless I'm doing something wrong to stamp with, because I can't get them to dry. For this, they're awesome. Probably because I heat gun it, but I've heat gunned the things I've stamped too. So I don't know what it is. that's all I have for today, guys. And my distress inks, you guys, these, it was a set of 4, or it is a set of 4. They were gifted to me. My friend Ramona asked me what I wanted. And I told her, I gave her a list because that's how Ramona works. And then she picks and chooses from the list so I wouldn't know what I was getting. And I told her any kind of distress ink in one of the little sets of 4. She called it my birthmas present because my birthday and Christmas are in the same month. Therefore, it's a birthmas present, which I love that word. So these were a gift from Ramona, and I like them, which is a lot of times that's what I get most of what I have. Mary Jones is in here. She sent me a Happy Meal full of fabric and lace, which I'm still using. And I thought, you guys, wouldn't it be awesome if I could figure out how to make this out of fabric? And Mary, I was thinking about some of that fabric you sent and thought that would be kind of cool. So it's a thought. I like this one. And once it's treated and sealed, it'll be fine to put in a purse or whatever, because that'll make it be more flexible and sturdy. But I had the idea of what if I could do that out of fabric? So I get a lot of stuff gifted to me. I buy a lot of stuff on AliExpress because that's what I can afford. I do have a small Joann's haul coming. But because they gave me the $2.99 shipping coupon, it won't be here till next week sometime. It's scheduled to be here while Mom is having her procedure. So probably won't be a haul until the week after, till the 1st of June. I'm also planning on doing some recorded. We have the iCads. A lot of you. Right. That's what I was thinking, Joe. A lot of you showed some interest in doing the little iCads, the index card of days, and we were going to make a book. I'm going to do that on recorded, so I don't interrupt this series. So that'll be on recorded. And Joe is going to go live next. Are you still going to do that, Joe, since you're still here? And Joe is have at it if you're not subscribed. If you're not subscribed to everybody in chat, please support each other. I want us to have a nice little community where we all support each other and, watch each other and that kind of thing and help us all grow. I know Joe was planning to go live today, and I'm waiting to see what and maybe my chat stopped again. No, I'm still waiting. There's a lag. But if Joe's going to go live, she's have at it. And then we can get out of here and we can all wait on Joe to go live and we can go watch what Joe does. And Joe makes some awesome stuff, you guys. And one of the new things that I'm learning to do, I don't remember who mentioned it in chat, a smash book. I'm working on a smash book, which I understand is an album/journal mixed up combination thingy. Yeah, Joe, I'll help you. Yep. So Joe may be a minute because we got to work on her computer. But she's planning on going live. So be watching for Joe to go live. If you click on her little thing, you can go to her channel and subscribe if you're not subscribed. Oh, no, Brenda, I had the same problem the other day and had to reboot the whole computer. Have you tried rebooting first, Joe? So yep, I can help you with that, Joe. Not a problem. Okay, guy. Oh. The smash book, Mary. I am going to do the smash book on recorded videos. So it'll be a series, like this is a series, and I'm going to call it My Smash Book or something to that, because it's I don't know what a smash book is. I was talking about wanting to combine a journal and an album, and somebody in the chat, and I don't remember who it was, said, had I ever heard of a smash book? And I said, no, what is a smash book? And they explained it's a journal album combo thingy, which sounds really cool. So I am going to be doing that, but I want to do it recorded so that way you all can pause it if you want to craft along or do it with me. It will be complete. Now, I'll just cover all that in the video, but it's going to be my take on a smash book because I've not ever seen a smash book. But I understand it's a journal/album. I've made a couple of albums. I've made an album journal hybrid, which is probably the same thing. This is going to kind of be my take on it. And I think it'll be really cool. So, yep, we have that coming up here. I'm going to help Jo with her computer, and then she'll be able to go live. And then I won't be back on until Monday. There probably won't be a recorded video from me for tomorrow because Mother has her appointment tomorrow. But I'll be back on Monday. And if there is a recorded, it will be a really small craft along kind of project thing, like 20 minutes or something. And I'm going to do the iCAD cards in that book live, not live, on video as well. So I will talk to everybody later. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all have a great weekend since I won't be back before that. Have a great weekend. Enjoy yourselves. And I'll see everybody on Monday if I don't see you later in Joe's. And I'm buffering again. Thank you, Deborah. I will. Bye, everybody.